Everybody, we're here live at Loughborough University. I'm Owen Mason. It's great to be here at a fantastic sports university here in Leicestershire. And we're here today for the start of BUCS Big Wednesday on the 25th of March here in Loughborough for the badminton. As you can see, the court's right in front of us here, court 3, where all of the action will be taking place this morning and this afternoon. And as you can see, this morning, the big game, the women's final, the Female Badminton Championship final, is between Loughborough and Strathclyde. So that'll be coming up in a matter of minutes for you. So it's going to be a really, really interesting game, this, because Loughborough lost the final last year. And Strathclyde, in the semi-finals, ended up beating last year's winners in Nottingham. So it's all to play for in the final here. As we say, in the semi-final, so in the road to the final for Loughborough, they beat Bath 8-0 and beat King's College by the same scoreline in the semi-finals. And for Strathclyde, they beat Bristol 6-2 and beat Nottingham, as I mentioned, 5-3 in the semi-finals just a few weeks ago. So both really, really positive seasons for both Loughborough and Strathclyde. So it'll be a really interesting day to see who will take home the spoils here in the first big event of the day here on BUCS Big Wednesday. As we say, it's a massive day full of action. We started off with the American football yesterday. That was end-to-end stuff between Lancashire and Bournemouth, Brunel and SGS, and of course Durham and UWE yesterday evening. Today we've also got fencing, squash, tennis, netball, wheelchair basketball, hockey, the badminton men's finals to come later. I'll be back on the call for that. Rugby league, water polo, squash, netball, lacrosse, football, plenty of stuff to get your teeth into over the next few hours. So yes, in a matter of minutes we should hopefully be live with you for the first badminton game of the day. But for the moment, we can just quickly go through one of our sponsors today, and that is at Milk Every Moment. So, BUCS are proud to be promoting the Milk Every Moment campaign. Milk, of course, can make a great post-race drink due to being a natural source of high-quality protein. Milk provides a whole host of nutrients, vitamins and minerals to help get more from your workouts, and is a great option if you're on a budget. It's not only affordable but also natural and widely available, so it is a great choice after your exercise. And as part of the Milk Every Moment campaign, we're helping athletes get more from their performance. Milk naturally provides 8 essential nutrients, including calcium, which supports the maintenance of normal bones. To find out more on that, head over to milkeverymoment.com.
Proud to be supporting the Milk Every Moment campaign, highlighting the nutritional value of milk and how it can support students in their sporting performance.
To showcase how milk's nutritional values can support student athletes in prep for their event or with recovery.
We're here today to promote some nutritional benefits of milk. You want to have 5 shots to try and hook a vitamin or a mineral.
I hit phosphorus.
And phosphorus is used for the maintenance of bones and teeth.
Winners of the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championship.
Yes, that was from our Milk Every Moment campaign alongside BUCS there. So brilliant to hear from them. Yes, the teams are just lining up, just out of shot at the moment for us, but we can just see both Loughborough and Strathclyde lining up. I was just thinking beforehand, what a journey that was for Strathclyde to, over almost 250 miles. Thank God they made the journey yesterday. That would have been one hell of a journey this morning, and then having to play badminton. That would have been quite the trek. But for Loughborough, of course, as you say, if plenty are on campus, it's not too long of a journey for them here to the sports hall today. But yeah, it's going to be a really, really good game of badminton here. Some really talented players. We can just go through the teams just briefly for you. For Loughborough, Tashvi Parab, Juliette Lacour, Amy Whiteman, the captain, Susanna Ogden, Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. And for Strathclyde, Abby Brooks, Vibhar Rahman, Rachel Sudden, Sophie Ford, the captain, Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. Just as you can see in shot now, the officials just making their way onto court. As we mentioned, both sides having a really, really good league season. Loughborough finishing first, Strathclyde finishing fourth. But both sides really excited to get going with this final. Yeah, to the right of shot there, you can just see both teams just making their way onto court. First of all, Loughborough. And secondly, here comes Strathclyde in their maroon colours. Did touch on their lead campaigns earlier in the broadcast. As we say, Loughborough and Strathclyde played each other twice in the lead campaign. Back in October, Loughborough was 6-2 winners over Strathclyde. And then the next month in November, Loughborough won by an 8-0 scoreline. So they would like to think they've got the psychological edge here this morning over Strathclyde, but with a one-off final like this, as we know in any form of sport, anything can happen, especially when it gets to those nerves of a final day, especially for a few of these players where it might be their first or might be their last final here at the University of Loughborough. Just here come the Loughborough men's players who will be in action against Nottingham this afternoon. It's a repeat of last year's final, of course. That'll be a fantastic occasion. You can join us for that from 3 o'clock. Both finals are just going to be of the highest quality from all four of these sides. As we say, it's going to be a repeat of last year's final where Loughborough won 6-2 last year. Brilliant to see both teams getting their moment. But for now, the spotlight is, of course, on the women's teams. And it's Loughborough and Strathclyde who will be taking it to the court this morning.
Yeah, why do you think it's important that sport's fair?
Because everyone works hard to be professional, so it should be fair, because everyone's worked hard to get to the same place, so it shouldn't be imbalances.
Sport's all about competition, respect, having integrity, and that's what you've highlighted there.
That was just another word there from Clean Sport Week, which is upcoming in May. 11th to the 17th of May for that one. Interestingly, Nottingham was just taking a moment for a team huddle a few hours before their game later on. Yes. Yes, just a slight correction there on my part. That was the trophy game that's taking place on court as well. Of course, our main focus will be here on Loughborough versus Strathclyde, here in the women's first final. Yeah, first of all, it will be Tashvi Parab for Loughborough, taking on Abby Brooks for Strathclyde. They'll get us underway in only a matter of moments here at Loughborough University. As we say, great to be here. Second time I've been here at Loughborough University. I was here for a completely different sport. I was here for cricket back last year, the England over 60s cricket. So now doing university sport. Great honour to be here on behalf of BUCS Sport. And can't wait to get underway for Loughborough and Strathclyde this morning. As you can see, Abby Brooks for Strathclyde just having a word with the umpires and officials here. Yes, just a matter of moments here. We'll get us underway. It'll be a fantastic game. Can't wait to get us underway here. First of all then, as we say, Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks to get us underway here. Just having a practice hit before we get going. A really positive season, as we mentioned, for both sides. If we just briefly go through results for both sides, as we mentioned, the road to the final, but Loughborough having wins over Birmingham, 6-2, a 7-1 win over Nottingham, 4-all draw over Derby, 7-1 over Manchester, as we mentioned, 8-0 over Strathclyde and 8-0 over Birmingham, 6-2 over Derby, 6-2 over Nottingham, 8-0 over Manchester, and 6-2 between Loughborough and Strathclyde back in October. So they'd like to think they have the slight edge over Strathclyde this morning, but as we mentioned, anything can happen in live sport. When the pressure's on in these big moments, this could be a really, really big moment for Strathclyde, or, well, you know, it's for both sides. It's a crucial final. Loughborough getting to this stage last season, but they lost 5-3 to Nottingham at this stage last year. Interesting to see how this first rubber plays out. Just a word on Tashvi Parab, has represented England as well, so a fantastic accolade for her in her young career. Always really crucial who gets this first point on the board for either Loughborough or Strathclyde this morning. Could shape how the rest of this game goes. Here we go then. Great first point on the board by Tashvi Parab for Loughborough. Just a slight direction. Vibha Rahman taking place in this first final game against Tashvi Parab this morning. Good positive start for Loughborough. Slightly wide by Rahman there. And that's 2-0. That one goes out. As we mentioned, as we first to 21, who will get the first bit of bragging rights? Getting that first crucial point on the board. Always so crucial in a game of badminton. Really good start by Parab. Trying to set the tone here for Loughborough. Really good range of shots as well. Just testing out Rahman at every juncture. Pushing her a bit wide or pushing her right to the back of the court. That's another good hit to the right, and that is 6 points on the board for Loughborough. Really, really positive start. But it's early. Strathclyde with that net shot. Acquire their first point on the board after Tashvi Parab hits the shuttlecock into the net. It's a good hit. The end a bit too long for Rahman, but it was a really stretched Parab there. Has a really nice serve. Really low over the net. Tries for a similar shot again. Hoofed up into the air. Good speed to get to the front of the court there by Rahman, and in the end forces a unforced error there by Parab into the net for the second time this morning, and that will be 8 points to 2 for Loughborough. Rahman to take this serve then. It's a high one towards the back end of the court. Another good rally again, but slightly wide of the bots there. And that puts Loughborough on to 9 points this morning in the opening game here of the Women's Championship Finals here at Loughborough University. Great to have you with us here on YouTube. That's Rahman. Hits the net there with the shuttlecock, and Loughborough on double figures, almost halfway to settling this first game. Still plenty of time for Strathclyde to get back into it as that goes straight up towards the ceiling. Really great height on there by Parab, and that's a really nice shot. Really good early dominance by Tashvi Parab, and they will swap. Just have a quick debrief with their coaches, but a really, really positive start by Tashvi Parab and Loughborough. 11-2 at the interval. Here on BUCS Big Wednesday here at Loughborough University. The first final of the day, Loughborough versus Strathclyde. As we mentioned, almost 500-mile round trip for Strathclyde. Saw on their socials that they were making the journey yesterday. And even so, that was a long old journey from Glasgow right here into Leicestershire. Really great credit to them, but it shows a great commitment through the whole season, because you're guaranteed to have the longest away day. And they've had a really, really positive lead season. So have Loughborough, of course. as they look to rectify that slight blemish on their record from last year. That's just too long for from Parab, and that'll be 11-3. As we say, Loughborough got to this stage last season, lost 5-3 in the final to Nottingham, who missed out narrowly on the final this morning. 2 weeks ago in the semi-final, lost 5-3 to Strathclyde. A really good win for them to get to this stage. Nice from Parab there. Really, really promising player. A great start. Really good first player to have on the court for Loughborough. 13-3 then. Strathclyde do discern a point there. Nice from Parab. Really good smash shot there, makes it 14-4. Only needing now 7 points to seal this first point for Loughborough. Will be a really positive start if she does so. Really nice. Nice again from Parab. Tashvi Parab there for Loughborough, doing really, really well. And that is 15-4. However, slightly too long with that serve by Parab, and it will be a 5th point on the board for Strathclyde. As we mentioned, Vibar Rahman, the first player here for the University of Strathclyde. And another good hit. Really trying to force Rahman short was Parab there. Always about a psychological, but that's a good hit. Good hit by Vibar Rahman, really forcing Parab to try and stretch for that shot there. And does really well. She can't get the height required on that. That therefore hit the net. Seventh on the board for Strathclyde. That's a nice hit. Once again by Parab. 17-7 it turns now. Net shot unluckily there for Vibar Rahman. Wins the 18th point on the board for Loughborough. Plenty of badminton action going on these three courts. The trophy final between Loughborough and Nottingham happening just to the left of us and to the right. And one of these women's singles games taking place. We'll get a score update to you momentarily. Good rally though between these two. Nice from Vibar Rahman. She has grown herself into this game. Currently 18 points to 9 for Loughborough. And just take a look at the other scoreboard. 17-7 in the other game that's just taken place to the right of our court between Juliet Lacour for Loughborough and Abby Brooks. That was our slight confusion there. And Loughborough go within a point, claiming this first point here. 20 points to 9. And Tashvi Parab is on serve. Great defence by Virar Rahman, but in the end, it is Tashvi Parab who gets on to 21 points. That's the mark you need, and a really good opening game for Loughborough. And Tashvi Parab gets Loughborough underway. But a really valiant effort though by Vibar Rahman. Grew herself into the game in those latter stages. And that is 1-0. For Loughborough, Tashvi Parab will be pleased with that. As we mentioned though, the other game that's happening on our court, currently 19... Just wait for the scoreboard operator to, on our right hand side, to just work out the board. Between Juliet Lacour and Abby Brooks, still ongoing. Really good rally from these two. But yes, a really positive first game by Tashvi Parab of Loughborough. Gets them underway here. I don't think we're too far off the end of the other game as well. However, I believe it's gone to I believe it's gone to some form of... There we go, yes, 2013 at the moment. Oh, really good rally by both of them. And that will be Strathclyde getting themselves on the board. Here we go then, Tashvi Parab. And Vibar Rahman in this best of 3, but a positive first game by Vibar Rahman. As we mentioned, they're looking good. Is Tashvi Parab of Loughborough into this second game then of the first rubber. And it remains 3-0 to Strathclyde in these opening exchanges. Oh, nice hit from Rahman. Had to stretch to that one though. Tash Parab gets on the score sheet for this second game in the match. As we say, best of 3, as we know. But Parabas took that first step to sealing that first point. For Loughborough, but not over yet though. A good start from Vibar Rahman to try and level things up here and take things to a deciding game. To a deciding set, of course. Always really interesting in a game like this to see both players just suss each other out a little bit. You know, Tashvi Parab took quite an early, quite a domineering first set lead. However, Vibar Rahman was there to pick up the pieces. Ended up finishing on that 9-point mark, and with it now is now 4-3 to the good. As a great effort by Parab gets another point back for Loughborough in this, the second set. Net shot there from Parab. As we mentioned though, Juliet Lacour and Abby Brooks, the other game happening on court 2, and that currently is one set up is Abby Brooks for Strathclyde. Juliet Lacour and Abby Brooks on that other court, but as we mentioned, main focus for us at the moment is Tashki Parab and Vibar Rahman. Would have been a nice hit if that had got over the net. However, just a touch too short. Great bit of power on there, as we've seen all game from Tashvi Parab. As we say, a talented young player representing England. Yeah, really high standard in this first division. Some really fantastic teams trying to fight their way to get to this final. Only 6-4 then to Strathclyde in this second set. Make that 7-4, as that was just the next shot again by Parab, but she's just trying to get herself going in this second set. However, a net shot on the opposing end by Rahman will claim Loughborough another point back at 7-6. As a stray shuttlecock goes onto the other court from the other game. As it was a valiant effort by Abby Brooks to try and keep the rally going against Juliet Lacour. That's 5-all in that one. It's a highly contested second set, that, between those two. What we like to see, we love to see really close games of badminton. Makes this really interesting as a spectator. Games really going to the wire. That's where the nerves kick in. If Vibar Rahman was to take this to a deciding set to claim that first point, that's where it gets a touch nervy for both competitors. Nice from Parab though, to make it 7-8. (9-7) to Strathclyde, and a nice serve by Rahman, and a nice rally happening as well. Good hit to the back of court there by Rahman, but a bit too much on there by Tashvi Parab, and that'll be 10-7 to Strathclyde. Reaches double figures, does Vibar Rahman for the first time today. Valiant, as we say, a valiant effort in that first set though. 21-9 it finished. Really good pushing Rahman to the end of her court there, but in the end a bit too wide from Parab. A bit too much on that, and that is 11-8 as they head to that first interval. And we'll get a slight score update from the other game between Juliet Lacour and Abby Brooks in just a moment. Currently 8-9. Yeah, good rally from them two as well. Yeah, that makes the scores level at 9-all between Abby Brooks and Juliet LaCour. It's 1-0 to Abby Brooks after that first encounter. Good rally once again. But what can Vibha Rahman do here to try and level the game at 1 set apiece? For the University of Strathclyde then, against Loughborough University. Really stretching Parab there, another really good shot by Rahman. Good rally forming here. That's a nice effort by Parab. That's a really good hit, actually sticks in the net in the end. But a really, really nice rally. 11-9. Between Loughborough and Strathclyde. Parab yet to take the lead in this second set after having the lead for the majority of that first game. It's the swings and roundabouts of a game such as badminton. As we say, Rahman was building herself up in that opening encounter. And now really stretching Tashvi Parab. She gets her 10th point on the board. Looks to be a much closer second encounter this in the second set. Yeah, it's 13-9 to Loughborough in that other game between Juliet LaCour and Abby Brooks. 11-all it remains then by Parab and Vibha Rahman. Really, really closely contested one this here on BUCS Big Wednesday. Thank you very much for joining us here on the YouTube, here on the British University and College Sport YouTube channel. Strathclyde pull one back on court 2, that's 13-10. But Strathclyde and Loughborough University in the Women's Championship final. Loughborough, Tashvi Parab takes that 12-11 lead, and she'll look to try and get that second crucial set 1 on the board to get that first overall point for Loughborough this morning. Slightly starting to pull away now is Parab, that's 13-11. Stretched as Rahman to try and get that. She did really well to get it, however that one doesn't reach over the net. And that'll be 14-11. Parab just starting to get into her groove a little bit now. Wasn't panicking when she was a few points down. Now really, really looking confident with it now. She goes 15-11 up. A net shot by Rahman, but pushes it to 16-11. As the other game is still hotly contested as well. Slight mistake by Loughborough though, puts the scores on to 14-13 to Loughborough in that second game, as Abby Brooks did win that opening game to put it 1-0 in sets. Rahman then will try and push back. That's another great hit by Parab. As she makes it 17-12 now, only 4 points away from sealing that first overall win on the board to make it 1-0 overall for Loughborough this morning. Juliet Lacour still with a bit of work to do to beat Abby Brooks. That remains 14 all in that game. As I say that, Strathclyde have just gone 15-14 up, so Abby Brooks well on her way to getting a point on the board for Strathclyde. Tashvi Parrar makes it 18-13 then. In this, the second set of the first match. Only requiring 2 then. Here's Tashvi Parrar against Vibha Rahman. Yeah, nice hit. She goes on to a game point. Will she be able to seal this then? In this best of 3. Yeah, with that net shot, Tashvi Parrar with a fist bump there to her coaches, and that is the first overall point of the day for Loughborough. Tashvi Parrar with a 2 sets to 0 win over Vibha Rahman, and that's a really positive start for Loughborough. A 21-9, 21-13. A really valiant effort by Vibha Rahman. She can hold her head up high. However, in this other game, it remains quite a hotly contested affair between Juliet Lacour and Abby Brooks. Abby Brooks remains 17-16 up in the second set, having won the first set. So that remains quite an interesting game in front of us at the moment. As we know, Loughborough took the first overall point of the day, as we just saw with Tashvi Parrar beating Vibha Rahman for 2 sets to 0. And Juliet Lacour just fighting back now. It looks to be a really interesting game. 17 all on our right-hand side. Abby Brooks seal. 18, a 2 sets to nothing win. She's only 3 points away from sealing that now. 18-17. It remains here in this, the second set. That match, of course, concurrently was going on with the game with Tashvi Parrar and Vibha Rahman that we were focusing on court 3. Yeah, really good stuff though from Tashvi Parrar. Seals that first point on the board, and as I mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, just getting that psychological edge as they get that first point on the board. However, there might be a quick reply from Strathclyde as they are now 20-17 up. Abby Brooks only needs 1 more point now to level the contest overall at 1-1, and she has just got just that. Abby Brooks with a big win for Strathclyde levels the game at 1-1. So that is 1-1 after the first set of 2 games. Juliet Lacour with a 2-set victory over Abby Brooks. As we look to in just a moment, get into our first doubles match of the morning. Really good win for Abby Brooks, but yeah, great to see competitiveness from both sides there. You know, Tashvi Parrar getting that first point on the board, but Abby Brooks replying straight away in the other opposing game to make it 1-1. Really impressed with the standard of badminton that we've been seeing here this morning. I hope you've been joining here on the YouTube. as we'll head into our first doubles match of the morning. It will be our first doubles contest, and there we go, as you can see on screen, it will be Amy Whiteman, the captain for Loughborough, alongside Susanna Ogden, taking on Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis for Strathclyde. So this will be an interesting first contest. In the doubles, really am a big fan of double sport in any form of in any form of discipline. But doubles badminton is it's always a quick game anyway. Badminton, but oh, goodness me, it's brilliant to see the rallies you see in doubles badminton. So that'll be great to see this morning. Yeah, Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. To get us underway for Strathclyde, they're just warming up in front of us. These two trophy games are just opposing us on the men's side on court 4 and court 2. Both the scores now level between Loughborough and Strathclyde, 1 apiece. Thanks, of course, to Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. This will be an interesting contest to see who will get the second point of the day for either Loughborough University or the University of Strathclyde. Here we go then, just about to get us underway then are Strathclyde, Foulis and Stewart. Getting us underway. Pushing to the back of court there. Really nice rally this. Really wide range of shots, but Loughborough forced to just hit the net there, and that is 1-1. Two points to 1 then for Strathclyde in this opening doubles match. The third match of the morning here at the Netball and Badminton Centre here at Loughborough University. Really good contest. As we say, we saw two really competitive contests between Parav and Rahman and Lacour and Brooks. As you can hear a big cheer on court there for one of our other games on court in the men's trophy. And a few horns here or there. You hear that a lot this morning or this afternoon. 5-2 to Loughborough then in these opening exchanges. Really good work, but Strathclyde just trying to reply and just try and stick in this game, similar to how Vibar Rahman was in those early exchanges. It's all important, you know, it's not panic stations if you lose this first set by any stretch of the imagination. And Strathclyde know that. They'll take good confidence in Abby Brooks, having beat Juliet Lacour by 2-0. Forces Whiteman there to just have her shot outside the court, and that'll be 5-3. Strathclyde ended up being a fairly tough side to beat in their lead season. They had plenty of draws on the board. Some really big crucial wins. Their only losses in the season came to Loughborough. As we mentioned, 6-2 back in October and 8-0 here in November. So they know that Loughborough's been their biggest challenge this campaign, so they'll be hoping to take a massive championship win all the way back up to Glasgow. However, for Loughborough, as we mentioned, there's plenty of storylines going into this. They lost this final last year 5-3 to Nottingham, so they will be hoping to get a crucial win on home soil, of course, here on BUCS Big Wednesday. They go 9-4 up in these early exchanges. Always a big fan of the serves in badminton. Has to keep players on their toes at all times. Really got to watch where that shuttlecock is going. We've seen that wide range of shots today already, forcing their players right to the back of court or right to the front, really having to test out their speed. And we've seen some brilliant reaction times from the likes of Vibar Rahman and Tashvi Parab. Such accuracy as well is needed at such a high level as this. Oh, that just tickles the net there as it goes over. But in the end, Loughborough can't get the reply over, and then it's 10-6. (11-6) now for Loughborough, and they'll just have a quick drinks break. If you've just joined us here on YouTube, this is the Female Badminton Championship final between Loughborough and Strathclyde. Loughborough did take the lead through Tashvi Parab with her 21-9, 21-13 victory. However, Abby Brooks level proceedings with her 2-0 victory over Juliet Lacour. It's then the third game of the morning here at the Loughborough University, here on BUCS Big Wednesday, Loughborough and Strathclyde. And it's 12-6 in this opening set. Here comes Strathclyde with it now. As we say, Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis versus Amy Whiteman, the captain, and Susanna Ogden here for Loughborough. (13th point on the board as Loughborough just look to try and get that first set won. Just a quick word between Stewart and Foulis there as they look to just employ a few different tactics to try and get back into this game.
Also to let you know, the match on court 3 is being live streamed right now. You can catch it on the BUCS website.
15-8 at the moment to Loughborough. Good work by Strathclyde though, they haven't made it easy for Loughborough. But Loughborough at the moment just looking on top. Good rally, but in the end hits the net there by Stewart. And that'll be 16-8 to Loughborough in this opening set of the third match here. Nice, both Whiteman and Ogden actually almost went for the same shot there. Luckily they didn't collide, and it is 17-8. That one, however, does hit the net there from Whiteman. That'll be a 9th point on the board for Strathclyde University. In the end, a bit too short there, and Loughborough will claim their 18th point. Really is a hub of activity here, though. Here at Loughborough University, slight miss hit there by Foulis. And that's 19-9. Only 2 points required now for Loughborough. However, Strathclyde get on to double figures in this doubles match. So who will get that first point of this, the third game? It's increasingly likely that it will be Loughborough. However, stranger things have happened. We'll see a monumental comeback from the University of Strathclyde. And that one went ever so slightly wide, so 11th point on the board. And just a quick word to the umpires, actually. Of course, their call is final. They're a bit closer to the action than I am. But that did look out on our side, on our left-hand side. 19-11 then. Nice hit that by Whiteman. Gently over the net there by the captain, Amy Whiteman. And that puts them on game point for this opening set. Good defence there by Strathclyde. But in the end, it's a net shot to seal that first 21-11 set victory. And Loughborough take that opening set lead here in the first doubles match in the Female Badminton Championship. Whiteman and Ogden currently with a 1-0 lead over Stewart and Foulis. As we mentioned, though, a hub of activity here at Loughborough University. Plenty of action across the day that you can tune in like you're doing now here on YouTube. Fencing to come at 11 o'clock between Nottingham and Manchester and LSE and Warwick. So we've got squash, tennis to come this afternoon, netball, wheelchair basketball, hockey. Badminton men's final between Loughborough and Nottingham to come later this afternoon. Join myself, Owen Mason, on the call for that. Rugby league, water polo, lacrosse, football as well between Stirling and Nottingham. Basketball, rugby league, hockey, volleyball, lacrosse. Ends up with volleyball here at 8 o'clock. The female volleyball between Durham and Essex. As we've just kicked off then into the second game. Second set, I should say. As we mentioned, Loughborough took that opening 1-0 lead. Change of ends then, and the captain Amy Whiteman, joined by her teammate Susanna Ogden. Taking on Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. Good opening work by Strathclyde though, as they look to just level the game here in this doubles. It's been two straight set victories. Both, well, one for Loughborough in the form of Tashfi Parab beating Vibar Rahman, and Abby Brooks beat Juliette Lacour in that other game on court 2. So that makes it 1-1 in the proceedings at the moment. However, between Loughborough and Strathclyde, 3-2 to Loughborough at the moment. To Strathclyde, I should say. No, I rectified myself actually. 4-2 to Loughborough. Get my bats right. Strathclyde though, making these early exchanges a bit difficult for Loughborough. Really good rally once again by all four women. Great agility to get across court there by Susanna Ogden. Rally continues here. Ogden gets to the back of court. Really, really positive rally. And that gets Loughborough's 5th point on the board of this, the second set. Oh, just over the neck there. Really positive stuff. That is 5-3 for Loughborough, for the team of Amy Whiteman and Suzanne Ogden. Really, really quick off the mark there by Ogden, not giving. Not giving Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis any time there at all there. Real lovely smash over the net there. But it's a good mix from these two. As you know, you've got to be such a well-rounded player to play this sport. They go on to 7 points to 3 now. You've got to have that agility, but you've also got to have that power, and that's where. Yeah, brilliant, really, really quick off the mark again by Ogden. No let-up whatsoever. Denying any chance for Strathclyde to try and hit that shuttlecock back. Really is fantastic reaction time. A bit too wide on that one. However. Nine 9-4 then between Loughborough and Strathclyde. Just Whiteman with that original serve, and that will go a bit too far out for Strathclyde as Loughborough did on double figures. And with that, they'll go on to 11 points to 4. Really positive stuff from Loughborough again as they look to match what Tashfi Parab did in the opening game and have a straight sets victory. They're well on their way to that. 11-4 at the interval. Taking that first set with Whiteman and Ogden, and they're looking to do just that once again. Nice work again by Ogden, really pushing it to the far end of the Strathclyde court. Bringing Loughborough's 12 points of the game, the second set of course. Good power once again, great smashes, really good by Ogden and Whiteman once again, and they'll go on to 13-4, proving to just be a bit too much for Foulis and Stewart at the moment. All can change though, as we know. It was a really good rally, really good comeback by Vibar Rahman in that opening game that we witnessed here on court 3. Really in those early exchanges of that second set was pushing Tashvi Parab. She grew into that second set though and ended up taking that second set 21-13. However, 15-4 the scoreline now for Whiteman and Ogden. Good hits into the air once again. And nice slice there over the net. Really good mix of power and precise, the accuracy. Really got deft shots at the moment that we've seen as well, which is really nice to see. Have that one. Add to their collection, that's 16-4. That's a good hit, a really good hit by Gemma Foulis. Just about caught Suzanne Ogden out. That one's a bit too long by Ogden. It acquires Strathclyde's 6th point of this, the second set. As we mentioned, two trophy matches happening between us. Yeah, I've been really impressed by both sides at the moment, really shown a real desire, as you would in a final like this. So much on the line, you are categorically the two best sides in the division. You're fighting it out to be the best of the best. So that competitive nature has surely been flowing between Loughborough and Strathclyde. 17-7 then in the second set. Whiteman with the serve again. Nice shot to the back of court by Stewart, however. Nice from Strathclyde as they go on to double figures. It's 18-10 now. They look to just try and stop this Loughborough storm. It's a nice hit. However, it was over Stewart in the end and she couldn't do anything about it. And that's 19-10. They're 2 points from making it 2-1 overall. Now only 1 point off it. Match point for Whiteman and Ogden. Will they be able to get it here? Good rally once again as they'll try and defend this with their lives. That's another good defensive shot back by Stewart. But in the end, it's a great smash by Ogden. And that is 21-10 and another 2-0 victory as Loughborough go 2-1 up in the overall standings this morning. Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden beating Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis there by 2-0. And 2-1 then it goes in the overall series here today after Tashvi Parab's win. And then Abby Brutz levelled up proceedings for Strathclyde. But a good showing, really good showing by Strathclyde there. As we say, just a little graphic on screen now to show you that it was 21-11, fairly similar actually in terms of sets. 21-11 for Whiteman and Ogden in the opening game, and set 2 was 21-10 to seal that 2-0 victory. Not over yet for Strathclyde though, but Loughborough at the moment 2-1 up here at the Netball and Badminton Centre.
Hacking a punch in attack.
Here's under the post!
Humphrey tiptoeing on the touchline.
But there is so much space here for Oscar Wilson to bury Loughborough Rugby Parade.
The dream of the Super Rugby Milk Championship. If you want the drama, if you want history, well, right here, the BUCS stops here.
Yeah, the BUCS Super Rugby Championship's great to see that competitive nature flowing through every single sport here. Such a great time of year, isn't it? When all the sports have their major finals. This, our second doubles match of the day then. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson for Loughborough will take on the team of Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford for Strathclyde. This is our fourth match of the day. As both sides just looking to warm up before we get going here at the Netball and Badminton Centre here at Loughborough University. Absolutely brilliant campus for sport. So a bit of a close-up on what else we've got on today. As we mentioned, taking place in about just over 20 minutes' time, a fencing Mitts Trophy between Nottingham 2s and the Manchester 1s. The female final between LSE and Warwick to come at 11 as well. Squash male championships between UWE and Birmingham to come at 1 o'clock. Tennis, the men and women's. The women's slightly earlier at 1:30. Loughborough versus Stirling. It's another very long trek for players from Scotland. Big commitment. Really fair play to them. And Stirling will play in the men's final as well. They've got a fantastic tennis programme up there, it seems, for both of their teams to be in both finals today. That's brilliant to see. Really is pleasing when you see these uni teams make these finals year after year. They'll play Nottingham later on, that's at 3:30. The netball female final between Bath 2s and Worcester 1s, that's my neck of the woods down in Worcester. We're keeping a close eye on that, that's at 2 o'clock. The fencing Mitts Championship final, St Andrews versus Oxford at 2:30. Female final between Nottingham and Edinburgh at the same time at 2:30. Also to come is hockey. The female final. Between Loughborough and Nottingham. And that, of course, is exactly what we'll see in the badminton men's final. And I'll be covering that later on for you at 3:30. Can't wait for that one. But yeah, it's a big old day of sports action. Keep tuned in to the British University College and Sports YouTube channel and you won't miss a moment. Really fantastic coverage. Great to be a part of it here in the badminton as we're just about to get underway then for our fourth game between Loughborough and Strathclyde. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson for Loughborough to take on Rachel Sugden and Sophie Ford for Strathclyde. Yeah, just a confirmation on the earlier game where Abby Brutz took that 21-13 and 21-17 against Juliette Lacour. And as we say, we're into our fourth game of proceedings here between Strathclyde and Loughborough, where Strathclyde currently sit 3-0 up. Really positive start by them. Loughborough do claim their first point on the board though, nice from Stevenson. A bit wide there, it goes on to the men's court. And so that will be (3-1) then, it remains. Yeah, 4-1. Yeah, it will be 4-1. Loughborough just trying to get themselves going in this opening contest of this, the fourth match here this morning here at Loughborough University. However, Strathclyde currently have a 5-1 lead. Net shot there from Franklin. And that puts Strathclyde in a really nice position in this fourth match. 6-1 to the good now. Nice from Loughborough. Once again, as they're just looking to grow themselves into the game. That was nice from Carly Stevenson and Matilda Franklin. But Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford, a really, really positive start by them. They've just got to have no let-up now. That's hit the net, so that'll be 7-2. As we say, there is no need to panic in this opening game as they just start to feel themselves out. It was a really interesting in the opening contest of a game like this. Mistakes just get ironed out, and that's where we were seeing in those other games really, really flawless badminton. Great rallies from both teams. Similar in that opening game, really, between Parab and Vibar Rahman. By the end of that first set and going into that second set, the rallies were really, really good. And at times you really didn't know where the point was going to go. Slight miscommunication there. Gets Loughborough on the ball for their third point of the day. 8-3, Strathclyde lead now. Oh, nice, over the net there. Had to stretch for it, but did really well. And again, a really nice rally happening. Great shot by Franklin to get it back over, but really good speed and accuracy between these four. And in the end, the shot slightly goes awry, but a really, really good rally on the best of the day so far, and that'll be 9-3 to Strathclyde. Slightly wide for Strathclyde though, and that will be (9-4). Would have been fantastic if Matilda Franklin had got that back there for Loughborough. Really was flying for that shot. Fortunately didn't get over the net. Good effort nonetheless though by Matilda Franklin. There she is again at the back of the net. Nice reaction time from Stevenson's again. Unfortunate there from Carly Stevenson that second bite at the cherry hit the net. That's 11-4 for Strathclyde. A really positive opening start for them in the first set of this, the fourth game here. Currently 2-1 to Loughborough after 3 games. Would give the players of Strathclyde such a boost if it was to be levelled here at 2-2. Still a long way to go though in this, the fourth game. This only the opening set. Every game, as we know though, has been decided by straight set victories so far this morning. Will that same pattern happen here? Good rally once again. Good speed by Stevenson to get to the right hand side of the court there. However, unfortunately that net's reply was a bit too short. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast though, the speed and the accuracy that these players are employing is absolutely superb. You can tell why they are the best two sides in the division. Absolutely great standard of badminton here. You'd expect nothing less from the Women's Championship finals. We really are being treated to a really compelling contest here at Loughborough University. Loughborough just trying to grow themselves back into the game. It's 13-5 now between themselves and Strathclyde. As we mentioned, an almost 500-mile round trip from our visitors from Scotland. As we say, it really is a home game, if you like, for Loughborough University today. We are going to get another game happening concurrently with this one. It will be Tashvi Parav and Abby Brooks. That'll be an interesting game, as both, of course, got that opening point for either of their sides. Parav and Abby Brooks. It'll be really interesting to see what happens on that game. But we are keeping a really close eye on this doubles contest. 14-7. Make that 15-7. To the University of Strathclyde, but yeah, we will be keeping a close eye on that other singles game happening to the right of us. Tashvi Parab, who got that point by winning 21-9 and 21-13 against Vibar Rahman, and Abby Brooks, who beat Juliet Kaur 21-17, 21-13 to get that point for Strathclyde. That remains their only point at the moment, of course, because of that doubles win for Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden, which we just saw against Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. However, Strathclyde are putting a really good go of trying to reply instantly. You can see Foulis and Stewart there, just in the top left corner of your screen, with the I don't know what the right term for those is, but it's like a, makes a lot of noise, you know. You see them a lot with in crowds where they're making a lot of noise just to try and G up their teammates there. Great to see that universal support there, you know. But, they're a close-knit team, as are. It's great to see when you're in a team like this. You know, you long hours when you, especially for Strathclyde, of course, we keep mentioning it, but when they're in such close quarters in a team like that, they must build such a really great bond. and that's a nice, win or lose today. Really fantastic occasion for Strathclyde. Same with Loughborough though. They've kept, they're a very, very, very talented team in their own right. And they'll be hoping, as we mentioned, they lost the final 5-3 to Nottingham last year. And at the moment, in the final, it is 2-1. However, Strathclyde trying to just upset the apple cart here for Loughborough. 18-9 it stands at the moment. That, however, a bit too long from Matilda Franklin. Strathclyde 2 points from going 1-0 up here in this, the fourth game. Good work by Strathclyde there. But really good by Stevenson to just try and stretch the cord out a bit there. And that is 19-10. Just about to get underway is Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. We'll be keeping a real close eye on that game because that's going to be a really intriguing contest between those two. That goes slightly wide again for Stevenson, unfortunately, and that will be Strathclyde are ready to go 1-0 up here in this, the fourth game. They're on game point. Really nice, really good rally. Really good, and they force a mistake out of Strathclyde. They hit the net, and that'll be 20-11. Strathclyde still remain in the driving seat though, as Loughborough have to try and defend it all the way. However, that's their 12th point of the day. One hell of a comeback if they were able to pull this first set back. However, Strathclyde will want to try and get this done. Really nice handle to that shot. Good rally and a good smash there, however a bit too long for that one, and that'll be 21-12 for Strathclyde, and they are their first point on the board in this, the fourth game. Set one goes the way of Strathclyde University. They lead 21-12 as we now go into the second set. Loughborough have a bit of work to do. Just keeping a bit of an eye on the game between Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. Yeah, Tashvi Parab has just gone 6-0 up in that opening set. Really dominant player is Tashvi Parab. Was really impressed with what we saw of her in that opening game against Vivar Rahman. But Rachel Sudden then and Sophie Ford just having a quick word with each other. They'll be pleased with that. Be really pleased with that opening set. Can they continue the trend of straight set victories, or will Loughborough, in the form of Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson, reply back to them? That is the big question. It remains 2-1 then. In overall games so far. But Strathclyde in this one have that one set lead. As we're underway for the second set. Really good handled shot, really had to make Sudden move there. Positive start though in the early goings of this second set for Loughborough, 2-0 up. However, that one from Matilda Franklin goes into the net, and that'll be 2-1. 2-2 then. Strathclyde replied back nicely. It's 9-3 to Tashford Parab in the game to our right against Abby Brooks in that opening set. The other game you can briefly see on our left is a trophy final for the men. We'll keep you updated on that one as well. But at the moment, Loughborough have a 3-2 lead in this, the second set of the fourth game. That hits the net from Stevenson. And that'll bring the scores dead level at 3-3. Just about hit 11 o'clock here at Loughborough University. Big thank you to everyone who's joining us here on the British University and Colleges Sport YouTube channel. Big honour to be here at Loughborough for the female badminton final. And what's turning into be a really, really intriguing contest between the University of Strathclyde and the University of Loughborough. Abby Brooks is replying nicely in the game to our right. That's 10-7 to Tashford Parab now. She, of course, got that straight sets victory against Juliette Lacour earlier in the morning. Loughborough then need to reply in this doubles match. Otherwise, Strathclyde will be getting themselves back on the overall score sheet. That's 5-3 to Loughborough now as they just look to try and, good word between Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson as they look to just try and get themselves back into this and take it to something we haven't seen actually so far this morning, a deciding set. That'll be interesting to see the dynamics. When a game is forced to that deciding set, do we see any mistakes, any tiredness from either side? Because it's a taxing game, as we know, badminton. Really does take it out of you. There's been no let-up though. It's been absolutely fantastic quality of badminton here. And we're sure to see that from the men's final. Do join us for that this afternoon. That's at 3 o'clock where Loughborough take on Nottingham in a repeat of last year's final, which Loughborough won. Will they go back-to-back against Nottingham? Find out later. However, this one is very, very even at the moment. Strathclyde take the lead again in this, the second set. 6-5. It is, and, Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford, as they know, they've got the advantage so far. Yeah, it really is quite a close game there between Abby Brooks and Tashford Parab. 11-10 to Parab of Loughborough. That only in its first set as well. So that will be a really, really intriguing game to keep our eye on while we focus on this doubles match. Slight mistake by Strathclyde there, and that'll be 7-all. You could tell Sophie Ford wasn't happy with that at all. And an error like that we've seen in quite a while from Strathclyde. They've kept themselves really, really tight at the moment. However, that shot goes wide from Loughborough, and that'll be 8-7. This is a quick word though. Oh no. Having a quick word to the umpire, and that 8 is hastily removed from the scoreboard. I don't know what we've... Yeah, the verdict is a point to Loughborough. That'll be 8-7. Just had to have a quick confirm with the umpire about that. It's a really nice hit Fortunately, a bit too short for Rachel Sudden. Nice, it just trickles over the net there, but in the end Stevenson's able to smash it down to get Loughborough's 10th point on the board as they look to come from behind in this second set. Doing well at the moment. It still remains very, very competitive between Tashfi Parab and Abby Brooks. 13-12 to Parab now. Strathclyde get that 8th point on the board as it was a bit too wide from Loughborough. Sudden with it. That is a nice hit from Loughborough, straight into the far left corner, almost towards us actually, but it was in. Straight in front of us then, that was a great hit by Stevenson to make it 11-8, and now just head to their drinks break. Loughborough in a good position in the second set, as you can see. 21-12 victory in that opening set for Strathclyde's Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. However, Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson currently lead 11-8 in the second set as they look to try and take it, as we say, something we haven't seen so far this morning, a deciding set. Strathclyde, though, they're still in this. They will really push Loughborough, but really impressed with this doubles match. It's been very end-to-end, as is the game to our right. As I keep looking at that, the scores just don't want to separate. It's 15-all between Tashfi Parab and Abby Brooks. That'll be a fantastic game to keep an eye on. Might end up seeing a point where that needs to get to 2 clear points, the way that's going. Good rally once again from these four. It's a bit of a shame from Sophie Ford that she couldn't just quickly reply. It was a bit too quick for her. Good work by Matilda Franklin to get Loughborough's 13th point on the board. Yeah, 16-all between Brooks and Parab now. That is a fantastic game of badminton. Our highest scoring so far. Great hit. Great hit by Matilda Franklin. Brings Loughborough onto 14 points. Well on their way to levelling up proceedings. Still a bit of work to do though, as we know. 7 points needed to level it up. Will we see a reply from Strathclyde? Oh, hits the net. Unlucky for Franklin there, as it looked like for a second it might have just trickled over. But in the end, Strathclyde maybe did a much needed point on the board as they look to just make things a bit difficult for Loughborough as they try to level up proceedings here. Good rally. Oh, really good. Really good. Positive there by Sudden. Forces it right to the far right of the court. That's 14-10. Abby Brooks is a moment away from going one set up against Tashfi Parab. She's 20-17 up here. Just keep a bit of a close eye on that. It's 15-11 here in the doubles. Make that 16-11. Tashfi Parab just trying to keep it going, but it will be Abby Brooks who gets that opening set. 21-17. And that could be a crucial one for Strathclyde. Work to do for Tashvi Farab. We know a player of her stature, though, as we've seen this morning, will fight right to the end, as will this Strathclyde team, who won that opening set. Have now pulled it back to 16-12, making it a bit interesting in these final few points. Yeah, in the end, another error by Matilda Franklin, and that'll be 16-13. Does make it very, very intriguing indeed. These final few points. Loughborough looked in the driving seat. However, Strathclyde, good rally, good speed to this rally as well. As we mentioned, always so impressed with how quickly these players get to the back of the court. Really having to think about every single shot. That one goes into the net. Both Stevenson and Strathclyde are not in a bad position here. They know the pressure's on Loughborough to level up proceedings. However, they just keep themselves a few points behind. They know they'll crank up the pressure on Loughborough here. That is 16-15 now. As I just said, they keep that pressure up. The team of Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. And it forces Loughborough to try and look for a shot a little out of the ordinary. Maybe a shot they wouldn't normally go for, as they look to try and seal this and just level it at 1-1, and then it'll go to that really intriguing deciding final set. It's a good hit in response by Stevenson. Just when Loughborough just needed a bit of calmness and a bit of composure to their play. That's 17-15 now. As we say, as that opening the second set has just commenced on court 2 between Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. As we say, we'll keep a close eye on the scores there, as this one still firmly in the balance here between Matilda Franklin, Carly Stevenson, Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. They'll move on to 18 now though, Loughborough. There's a bit of men's doubles is just happening to our left as well on court 4. Wide in the end. And Loughborough get themselves in a good position again. It is 19-15 then in this second set. Will it be pushed to a decider for the first time today? Off the net in the end, and Loughborough just hit the net. Strathclyde still just making Loughborough a bit nervous here, 19-16. Of course, the championship isn't decided in this game, but it's a crucial point for either side, as the current standings stand at 2-1 to Loughborough. This is the fourth game, the fifth game taking place to our right, as we mentioned, Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. Good rally once again from these four. Wide in the end by Strathclyde, and Loughborough have a good little cushion on game point. Will they level the game here? They've got 3 chances to do so before it gets to 2 clear points. They do hit the net with that one though. That's 20-17. Really, really good second set this. Really, really good. And that goes wide, and Loughborough do level this doubles game at 1 apiece, 21-17 for Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson, and will now go to a deciding set. Very exciting proceedings here at Loughborough University. As we mentioned, it was a 21-12 win for Sudden and Ford in the opening contest. However, Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson have just levelled it 21-17, so that deciding set makes a really, really interesting bit of watching between these four women. We'll look to just try and get an update. It's Abby Brooks who is 8-3 down in the second set. Tashmi Parab with a commanding 8-3 lead early doors in the second set. In the game to our right. Moments away from this final set then. This is where you really see the resolve, the grit and determination come through from these players. What can they pull out the bag to get a crucial point for their university? They know it's in the balance. It's 2-1 at the moment to Loughborough, especially from a Strathclyde persuasion. It'd be crucial for them to level it. This will be an intriguing final set here. Really impressive opening rally from these four. Showed the quality of those first two sets. In the end, it was a mistake by Strathclyde. Sophie Ford hit it into the net. And that'll be 1-0 to Loughborough. In the end, a bit too short by Ford. And Loughborough get their second on the board. 2 unforced errors by Strathclyde. From Loughborough, she really had to stretch for that. Did Rachel Sugden. (11-6) to Tashfi Parab in this, the second set in our game to our right. Oh, nice hit from these four. But Tilda Franklin in the end. Her effort just hits the net. Free then. Really interesting final set. Playing out in front of us here. Another forced error there by Ford. 4-3 to Loughborough. 13-6 to Tashfi Parab on our right as well against Abby Brooks. Really good smash effort, but defended well by Sugden. And again, defended by Ford. Really good work. For the third time, she couldn't defend it with the same vigour. Really good work by Matilda Franklin. (5-4) Loughborough lead in this final set of the fourth game of this Female Badminton Championship final here at Loughborough University. Matilda Franklin had to stretch for that one. In the end, that one goes a bit too wide, which puts the scores to 5-5. As we say, the first game out of these four to go to a deciding set. I presume that'll be quickly followed by Tashvi Parab, who is now 15-9 up on Abby Brooks in the second set after Abby Brooks took the first set. So we might see a decider to our right as well. Two really, really tight contests between these four very, very talented players. As we mentioned, Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford took that first set 21-12. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson replied back in quite a end-to-end second set actually. That finished 21-17. Yeah, Matilda Franklin not happy with that one. Would have been a nice point for her to just pull away a little bit, her and her teammate Carly Stevenson to pull away, however, hits the net. So Strathclyde go on to sit. Really interesting contest this. Seems to be point for point at the moment. That's 9-all. So just force an error out of Strathclyde. In each game, Strathclyde have just been growing in confidence that little bit more. In this one, taking that first set lead, and Abby Brooks doing really well, and she is pushing Tashvi Parab there. 17-15 in the second set to Parab. So that's not a done deal for Tashvi just yet. And this game really is a bit dead level at the moment. 10-all here in the deciding set in this, the fourth game of the Badminton Female Championship finals here. Yeah, Parab fighting to stay in that game, of course. 18-16 she leads at the moment in this second set. However, Abby Brooks, of course, took that first one by a score of 21-17. It looks to be a similar scoreline to what we saw in that opener. She's only 2 away from leveling it now. But in this one, it really could go either way. 11-10 to Strathclyde as we hit that halfway water break mark. And that's the tail of the tape. Just there on your screen now. 21-12 it was to Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford in that opening set. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson replied back in, as we said, quite an end-to-end second set, 21-17, and this 11-10 in the third and final set. Strathclyde with the lead. Good rally once again from these four. Been really impressed with the high standards that we've seen from every single game, but this one more so. Really, really good standard of badminton. Not letting any shot go amiss. And that hits the net for Loughborough. That could be a crucial point for Strathclyde. They go 12-10 up. And I believe it's 19 all in that game on the far end as well, so very close to it being a 2 points clear contest. Tashmi Parab won't want that to happen. She needs to get these next 2 points in succession. She loses that point, and Abby Brooks is in a position to beat her in straight sets if she gets this point now. 13-10 to Strathclyde though in the meantime. Big moment for Abby Brooks on the right hand side if she can level the whole contest at 2 wins apiece. Parab strikes back though, it's 20-20, that goes to 2 clear points. As we'll just focus back in on this doubles contest. 13-10 to Strathclyde at the moment. Nice work by Strathclyde, they go 14-10. Oh, the tide's just turning a little bit here. Abby Brooks gets her 21st point on the board. No, that was Parab, it was just wide actually from Abby Brooks. 15-10 then it is for Strathclyde here in this doubles for Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. Abby Brooks in a really good position. Dan Tashmi Parab level the game. She can. That's a big point for Tashmi Parab. That's 22-20 and that's 1-1. That'll go to a deciding set. Really are seeing these games go the distance, just like this one, where Strathclyde are in the ascendancy though. It's 16-10 in this deciding set. That net shot makes it 17. Crucial few points now for Strathclyde. That goes a bit too long for Loughborough. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson, the game just slipping away a touch for them. Not over yet for Loughborough though. Really stretched Sophie Ford there, that's 11-18. Great rally as that was being forced to each corner of the court. However, a net shot puts Strathclyde 2 points from winning this doubles match and levelling the overall series this morning at 2 apiece. There we go, they're in a good position now, Strathclyde. On game point, match point I should say. Nine times acid, and that's 1 back for Loughborough. 12-20. They need to defend with their lives now, though. Needs to be pretty flawless from their end to deny Strathclyde a crucial victory. And there you go, Loughborough hit the net, and that'll be 21-12 for Strathclyde, a carbon copy of their opening set. And it's a crucial 2-1 win for the team of Rachel Sugden and Sophie Ford. They take the first set 21-12. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson replied back at 21-17. But as we just mentioned, that 21-12 win for Rachel Sugden and Sophie Ford levels proceedings here at 2-2. And it could be, it's interesting now for Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks, as we've just mentioned, that's into a deciding set. Parab currently 3-0 up in that final set. So then, as you can see in front of us, Juliet Lecorn and Vibar Rahman. For Loughborough and Strathclyde, just warming up in front of us. As you can just see to your right, Tashvi Parab on her way to try and level up proceedings. No, I say for Loughborough to take the lead again, I should say. It's if Tashvi was to win that, it would go to 3-2. She's in a good position. That's 10-3 at the moment in that game. It's been a really end-to-end contest between Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. Abby Brooks took that opening set 21-17. Tashvi Parab levelled up with a 22-20 victory. Someone we saw in that first opening game then, Vibha Raman, who looked really good, really promising against Tashvi Parab. She just had a bit too much for her though. But it'll be interesting now. And again, different storylines. Of course, Juliet the court looking to get a point on the board for Loughborough. She had a good match against Abby Brooks. That was a straight sets win for Abby Brooks earlier on in the day. So both women looking to rectify their earlier defeats and get a crucial point on the board for their respective universities. We're almost ready to get underway then. Between Loughborough and Strathclyde. This is the 6th match of the day, as that's just gone to a drinks break at 11-6 for Tashvi Parab. Here we go then. Juliet Lacorn and Vibha Raman. It's our 6th contest of the day then. Loughborough currently on a 1-0 lead. Nice from Vibha Raman early on. She goes into a 3-1 lead here against Juliet Lacour. Still a very interesting contest happening to our right between Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks. We'll keep you updated on that as that progresses in that final set. Really intriguing to see who wins that and who will give their respective uni a 3-2 lead here. Good work by Juliet Lacour. Good rally between these two. Hit the net in the end, and that'll be 5-2. (5-3) for Strathclyde now, after that error by Juliet Lacour. Not a bit too long. No, it's a good effort in the end actually. 6-5. 6-3 I should say. For Vibha Raman. Nice, and that is. Real composure needed to keep a rally like that going. Yeah, slight correction, 7-3 to Loughborough at the moment. 8-3 with Raman's shot that was just wide of the mark there. Good work, good start by Juliet Lacour. And Tashvi Parab is well on her way to getting a big win on the board for Loughborough. She is 16-8 up in that game to our right. Loughborough now on double figures in the 6th game. Yeah, Loughborough heading in to that drinks break with an 11-4 lead at the moment. Looking really positive is Juliette Lacour. So is her teammate, Tashvi Parab, who is only a few points away. Net shot aside, that makes it 17-10. She's only now 4 points away from beating Abby Brooks here. Be a fantastic contest that's been going on to the right of us. Thanks for joining us, everybody, here on the YouTube. Great to have you with us this morning for the Female Badminton Championship final between Loughborough and Strathclyde. Good rally once again with Juliette Lacour, just proving to have a bit too much at the moment for Vibar Rahman. That's 12-4 now. Good save by Lacour there. (13-4) is for Lacour now, as Parab goes within 3 points of victory. A win there would make it 3-2 overall on the day for Loughborough. Shows though both sides deserve to be where they are. Really, really competitive matches, end-to-end contests between all of these sides this morning. Not over yet for Tashvi Parab. It's 18-12 on the right-hand side now. 14-5 for Juliette Lacour and Strathclyde. And Loughborough, I should say. Parab now only 2 points needed for her to seal the 5th game. Good work by Juliette Lacour though, opening up a 10-point gap. That's 15-5. And now Tashvi Parab is now only within 1 point of sealing a big victory to make it 3-2. Keep a close eye on that. That was just a wide effort there by Vibar Rahman. She's on serve, Tashvi Parab. She'll just hit the net though. She'll just have to wait ever so slightly. Still in a very, very good position though. 20-13 she is up now. Oh, really good defence, but in the end, really good by Abby Brooks to try and defend that, but it was a great contest, and they have a great handshake on the net. Really, really good match between those two. That ends, as you can see on screen there, with a big crucial win. 21-13 in that final set. 2-1 for Tashvi Parab there. And overall, that makes the scores 3-2 to Loughborough. All eyes on this one then. This is now at 17-7 for Loughborough. Still just trying to keep herself in this. Similar to the game against Tashvi Parab actually for Vivar Rahman. Just trying to keep herself in the contest. However, Juliette Lacour just proving to have a bit too much at this juncture. Wide, unfortunately, in the end for Rahman, and that will be 19-7.
From the University of Loughborough, Oliver Nicholson. And from the University of Nottingham, Leon Rayford.
Men's trophy final just getting underway between Loughborough and Nottingham. Yeah, another 2 games coming. But with that, Loughborough 21-7 up then. Really, really good opening contest by Juliet Lecorne, very dominant indeed. Biggest margin of victory so far this morning. And that's a 21-7 win for Juliet Lecorne of Loughborough, as she looks to continue the great start for Loughborough. If they were to win this, it would go to 4-2, a really commanding lead as we head into those final few games. Here we go then. Juliet Lecorne and Vibar Rahman to take this second set. She'll be hoping for more of the same in that second set here on BUCS Big Wednesday. Not an understatement either. Plenty of sports going on here at the University of Loughborough this afternoon. Plenty to get your teeth into over the next few hours. Currently live right now, of course, alongside us is the Female Fencing Trophy and the Mixed Fencing Trophy final. Coming up, the Male Squash Championship final in just over an hour, the tennis at 1:25. The netball, Worcester versus Bath. Wheelchair basketball as well to come, plenty of sports. But our focus remains, as it has been all morning, on the Female Championship Badminton final. An early lead in this second set for Vibar Rahman, as she looks to have a decent reply to that first set defeat. Three 3-1 then to Strathclyde so far today, as we just see a change of scorers at our far end. Great deep serve from Juliet Lecorne, but replied well by Vibar Rahman. 3-2 then for that one. That's a 4th point on the board for Vibar Rahman. The 2, yeah, 5-2 in just in that time that the score operator was just being explained the proceedings. Good rally once again though, but a bit, really good effort by Juliet Lecorne, forcing Vibar Rahman right to the net there. Really good shot. Good rally again from these two. Loughborough 4, Strathclyde 5. Great thing about an event like this, though, BUCS Big Wednesday, it brings universities from all across the country together. You know, the likes of yesterday when we saw Lancashire, Bournemouth, Brunel, Durham, UWE, Loughborough and Strathclyde, as we're seeing this morning. Nottingham, Manchester, Stirling, Worcester, Oxford, Edinburgh. It's absolutely fantastic to see that great relationship continue with unis all across the country in what is a fantastic standard of sport in this country. Loughborough hold a 7-5 lead then over Strathclyde in this, the second set. Juliet LaCour couldn't get to that one. So Strathclyde earned their 6-point back in this second set. Seven all then. Vibar Rahman just trying to keep it close at the moment in terms of scoreline. With it being 8-7 at the moment, she's doing just that at the moment. She'll be hoping to continue in that vein. Good shot once again. However, that one goes out of bounds, and that will be another point for Loughborough. That's 9-7 now. Another nice rally, but well left by Virat Rahman, and that'll be 9-8. 'That will go out again to make it 9-9. Good strategy at the moment. By Vibar Rahman. Trying to just keep scores as close as possible. (10-9) the score currently for Loughborough. (10 all) now. Good effort. Really good height to these shots, going straight to the back of the net. And with that, Loughborough go 11-10 up. Much better for Vibar Rahman, but Juliet LaCour still remaining in the lead here and doing well. She would want a straight sets victory like we've seen a few of today. But in the midway point in that first set, in the second set, sorry, Juliet LaCour, after leading that first set, leads 11-10 in the second. Yeah, really commanding first set victory by Juliet LaCour. 21-7. 11-10 in this halfway point in the second set. Can she continue in that same vein of form and get a straight sets victory? That's what we'll try and find out now. Good height from all players there, but in the end, the course smartly leaves that. Goes into a 12-10 lead. Loughborough just getting a bit frustrated with herself there. Still keeping Juliette Leclerc relatively close in terms of scoreline. That's all she can do at the moment. That one just goes a bit wide though. Opens up a 3-point gap between her and Rahman. Does Juliette Leclerc. Nice light work at the rally there, but in the end a bit too little on it. She'll open up a 4-point gap now, and she looks to be on her way to sealing a straight set victory. Still work to do though. Can't rest on her laurels just yet. Good rally, but again just slightly mistimed. Good work by Ridha Rahman to just pull the scores back ever so slightly at 16-12. Two trophy games happening in the men's trophy at the side of us. Doesn't get to that one, Juliette Leclerc, so that's a 13th point back for Ridha Rahman. Juliette remains in the ascendancy, 4 points needed to seal that straight sets victory. Ridha Rahman remains in the fight though. This is 18-14 now, and she's on serve once more. Too much on that from Ridha Rahman, and Juliette Leclerc goes only within 2 points of victory. One more needed now. She's at 20-15. Really valiant fight back by Ridha Rahman. It looks like Juliette Leclerc has the chance now on game point. Nice short rally. Nice work by Juliette Lacour. And she'll win that in straight sets to bring the overall tally for today for the women's badminton at 4-2 to Loughborough. After a 21-7, 21-15 win for Juliette Lacour. As we mentioned, a valiant effort by Vibar Rahman. But as we say, 21-7 and 21-15 are the scores, and Loughborough have a 4-2 lead. Just a bit of time to mention our other sponsors today, proudly sponsored by Subway. BUCS are partnering with Subway as part of the Fresh Moves initiative to encourage physical activity and support emerging sports across the UK. Together, Subway and BUCS aim to help the next generation of students lead active lifestyles. Subway is proud to partner with BUCS back in student sport and the next generation of athletes. Enjoy watching and the best of luck to everyone competing.
Subway knows a good shawarma is what the people want. So how about one on freshly baked bread with traditionally spiced chicken and of course your fave fresh salad, all topped off with a garlicky, minty, yogurty sauce. Well, it's just landed, the new shawarma spiced chicken, now at Subway.
Words from Subway there, another proud sponsors of BUCS Big Wednesday. So then, our second doubles match in this, our 7th match of the day here in the Female Badminton Championships. It will be Amy Whiteman, the captain, who we saw in doubles action earlier on. Yes, it'll be Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden taking on Rachel Sudden and the captain, Sophie Ford. Yes, we saw those two in action. Yeah, forgive me, our third doubles match of the day. We saw these two in action where they beat the team of Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis earlier in the day. This one then for Amy Whiteman, the captain, and Susanna Ogden, looking to try and get another big crucial point on the board here against Strathclyde University. This will be an interesting doubles contest, this. As we say, it's between the two double sides who have been victorious today. So it really is an interesting contest. As we say, Sudden and Sophie Ford won in 3 sets only just a short time ago. But as you can see on screen by our lovely graphics team, Loughborough lead the series by 4 games to 2 at the moment. That's, of course, 3 wins from Tashvi Parab. Abby Brooks levelled against Juliette Lacour. Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden, who we were just about to see in action again, they went 2-1 up with their straight sets victory, there we go, over Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. We then saw a thriller of a doubles match between Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford, who are about to see in action now, they levelled up the series at 2-2. But another absolute thriller. Tashvi Parab and Abby Brooks played out a 3-set barnstormer, and they won. And Tashvi Parab won that one in 3 sets. And as we just saw on court 3, Juliette Lacour won in straight sets to make the series 4-2 with a 21-7, 21-15 win over Vibar Rahman. This then, a doubles contest. Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden versus Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. As I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the 2 sides who have come out victorious in doubles competition this morning. So really will be interesting to see how these 2 match up in this, our 7th game of the day of the Female Badminton Championship finals. I do think we're going to see a bit of a closer affair. Similar to how we saw Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford win against Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. Really will be quite interesting to see how these 2 match, to be honest. That is going to be the intriguing one. So with 2 games remaining, this one included, Loughborough can go 5-2 up, or Strathclyde can keep themselves within a shout, and it could be 4-3 by the end of this one. All to play for then in this, the 7th game of the contest here at the Loughborough University. (3-1) it stands then at the moment. Good rally from these 2 teams. Strathclyde just hit the net though. Sophie Ford just hits the net. Really impressed by these 2, Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford, when they came out on top against Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. But they're facing a really tough opposition here in Amy Whiteman, in Susanna Ogden, who, as we say, dispatched Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis in straight sets earlier in the morning. So this will be an intriguing contest as morning turns into afternoon. Big thank you to everyone who's joined us. It's been a fascinating morning of badminton action. Great to have you alongside, keeping us all company. Some really intriguing badminton action. That's a great shot by Amy Whiteman. What we saw a lot of in that first game that we saw her in alongside Susanna Ogden. A proper smash into the court there, makes it 6-2 for Loughborough. Fortunate for Sophie Ford there as she hits the net. Sudden and Ford took the first set in their win against Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. Of course, that forced a deciding set after Franklin and Stevenson levelled it with a 21-17 win. But at the moment, 8-3 for Loughborough. Against Strathclyde University. Good rally once again, but it's Loughborough come out on top as that shot goes slightly wide for Strathclyde. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, hell of a commitment by these Strathclyde players. 5 hours to get here, 10-hour round trip, which is quite extraordinary really. Big commitment from these girls, and they've had a really good showing so far today here against Loughborough. As we mentioned, you know, in the tail of the tape beforehand, the only two games that Strathclyde lost all season in the league. They had a fair few draws, a fair few close contests with Manchester, Derby and Nottingham and Birmingham. However, the only 2 times they lost in the league were to Loughborough. So that's where Strathclyde have really showed they are more than deserving to be in this stage here. And Loughborough, so crucial for them that they get over the line today after having got to this stage last season, but losing 5-3 to the final, 5-3 in the final to Nottingham last year. At the moment though, 11-4 to Loughborough at the halfway stage. As a great crowd has formed to our right. Plenty of supporters for Nottingham, who are in the trophy at the moment, but in the men's final later against Loughborough. Watch us later on for that. That'll be a fantastic affair. A repeat of last year's final. Join us from 3 o'clock for that. That's going to be absolutely fascinating stuff to see how that one plays out. Last year Loughborough was 6-2 winners against Nottingham. Sits for Loughborough then. It's a deft shot there by Ford. Good work. That goes over the net, but Matilda Franklin, excuse me, Susanna Ogden can't get it over the net. 13-7, that's a good one from Rachel Sudden. Really quick rally. Every shot has got to be pinpoint. Fine margins at this level. Really, really is. As we've seen all day. Slight miss hit there by Loughborough. Now they'll bring Strathclyde back into it at 13-8. Nice from Amy Whiteman, the captain. Leading from the front and doing so really well. In that straight sets win with her partner Susanna Ogden earlier on in the day. And well on her way to winning this first set here. 15-8 at the moment. In the end, a bit too short from Amy Whiteman on that serve, and that will be 15-9. That one was too long. 15-10 for Loughborough now. Good save from Rachel Sudden, and again Really, really good rally in the end. Just sprays off Rachel Sugden's racket. That's 16-10 for Loughborough now. But two really, really good teams going at it here. Good rally. Wants it in from these two, but in the end, Susanna Ogden can't reach it, and that is 17-11. But end to end though, similar to that doubles match we just had. With Matilda Franklin, Carly Stevenson, and it's these same opponents in Rachel Sugden and Sophie Ford. Just out of play. So Strathclyde have another point on the board. That is 17-12 now. They're not out of the equation just yet in this opening set. How about that one? Sophie Ford not happy with her attempt there to try and slice the ball. It just goes flat into the net. That's 18-12 for Loughborough. Has just been announced another men's trophy game coming to our left as this game continues here. 19-12 to Loughborough. In the ascendancy are the team from Leicestershire. (19-13) it remains. Loughborough hit the net there. Brings the 14th point of the match for Strathclyde. As we just mentioned, not out the equation just yet, but with shots like that, brilliant shot by Susanna Ogden. Straight in front of us, banned. 2014, really composed effort that. They're on game point in this opening set. Out of play by Loughborough, and Strathclyde still within a sniff here. 20-15. I've been impressed by them in this opening set, Strathclyde. Haven't let up, haven't just given Loughborough the time of day here. Really are fighting for this. Loughborough still in a fantastic position though, but will Strathclyde just keep the pressure on them? Good save that, and again. And that is really... Yeah, it was close that in the end. But it just goes wide, 2016. Would have been a great effort. If Amy Whiteman had kept that in, would have been a fantastic shot. Rachel Sugden to take that serve. Still in a really good position, Loughborough. But each point Strathclyde get, they just crank up the pressure somewhat. Ooh, very good effort there. Really good defensive effort, and again, really good defensive work by Strathclyde as they just look to keep on top of Loughborough here, but they're not letting up. Really good rally this. And that's out in the end. Loughborough will take that first set, but a really good end to that rally. And in the end, Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden take that first set, 21-16. But I tell you what, Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford will continue to give them a really, really good game in this upcoming second set. Here we go then, we're back underway here. Back underway as Loughborough take on Strathclyde. Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden currently in the ascendancy against Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. Loughborough currently lead proceedings 4-2 overall. But a really positive first shot for Strathclyde. They go 1-0 up in the second set. Then. Loughborough then will be hoping for a straight sets victory like we've seen fairly often. Only 2 games have gone to a deciding set. However, in those games that have been straight set victories though, it hasn't been easy going for the eventual winner. Been really, really closely run affairs all games today. Really good games. That's a good effort by Rachel Sudden. And just to our right, we're going to have the 8th and final game, I believe. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson to take on the team of Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. In this one though, it's 3-3 in the deciding. In this the second set, I should say. As we say, that other doubles match happening to the right of us will be Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson, who had that fantastic free set game over Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford, who are playing now, of course. So that'll be an interesting game to see what happens in the 8th and final game.
There's going to be a massive swell.
5-4 then to Loughborough in this, the second set, as they look to wrap it up. However, Strathclyde will keep them going right till the death. They can be sure of that. Good serve that by Whiteman, and that'll be 6-4. She'll have the serve once again. Nice work, really nice work by Amy Whiteman. Yeah, really good work there by Amy Whiteman. Been really impressed with her today. As I say that, her serve doesn't pay off. Must be the commentator's curse. Fifth point of the second set for Strathclyde. Great slow step there by Rachel Sudden. Good rally again as Strathclyde just looked to keep Loughborough close by. However, error there by Rachel Sudden, hits the net, and that will be 9-5 to Loughborough. So we're just approaching 12:30 here at Loughborough University, here in Leicestershire. Really, really great to be here at the Netball and Badminton Centre on a really busy, packed day of action on BUCS Big Wednesday. It's a super-sized varsity, really. It's fantastic the amount of sports that are going on today. Universities from all over the country heading to one place to have some fantastic action. And I've been pleased with how competitive this badminton action has been all throughout the morning. You know, we'll have that again this afternoon with the men's championship final. Loughborough versus Nottingham, as I keep saying, but it's worth saying, a repeat of last year's final that Loughborough won 6-2. That doubles game is underway now on our right hand side between Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson for Loughborough and Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis for Strathclyde. In this one though, it's 10-8 to Loughborough. And at that drinks break, Loughborough lead the second set 11 points to 8. After, of course, winning that first set 21-16. Yeah, it really was quite a end-to-end, quite competitive first set, sorry, and I think we're going to see exactly the same as this second set comes to its conclusion. Just a word or two to Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden from their coaches. But they're in a really good position. Haven't looked in trouble any time they've been on court this afternoon, which is a big testament to them. It's a straight set victory against Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis, and they're well on their way to achieving that once again. 12-8 they now lead. Lucky by Whiteman there, because it would have been a fantastic effort if she would have got that over the net, given how low her racket was to her body. 12-9 though, Loughborough lead. Sudden to take the serve. Really good smash efforts. 2 in succession from Susanna Ogden. Proved too much for both Susanna Ogden. Proved too much for Rachel Sudden there. However, a bit of an unforced error there by the aforementioned Susanna Ogden. Puts the scores on Loughborough 13, Strathclyde 10. Would have been a great effort if Amy Whiteman would have got that over the net. Not to be though. 13-11. Another close run affair though. If they are to win this in straight sets, it will be a hard run affair. Yeah, Strathclyde pull a point back there. It's 13-12. They want to try and push this to a deciding set. They know how to win those deciding set matches. They've already done so today against Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson, who are in action against Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. Yeah, 11-4 in that other match. Loughborough lead that one. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. But in this one, 15-12, Loughborough lead. So Loughborough in a good position in both matches here. Big question is, will we see a deciding set, or will Loughborough get another straight sets victory this afternoon? Good rally once again by these four. No let up from Sudden and Ford. Neither from Whiteman and Ogden. Brilliant, great smash in the end by Ford, just when they needed it as well. That's 15-13, one of the best rallies of the day, that. End-to-end stuff. Not yet done for Strathclyde in this one. They know they need to win this set to take it to a decider. They force another error out of Amy Whiteman. That's 15-14 now. Yeah, 15-all now. Strathclyde really are pushing. Asking the question of Loughborough here. Can they force a decider? Good rally once again. As you can tell, these are two sides of the full-on confidence, have a winner piece here today. The rallies that we're seeing are quite superb from these two teams. However, in the end, that one hits the net, and Loughborough, a crucial point there at 16-15. On the other end, Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson are well on their way to a first set victory on court 2. As you can see in our bottom left of our picture there, Franklin and Stevenson lead 16-7 over Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis in our match on court 2. But on court 3, 17-15 at the moment. Strathclyde just try and push Loughborough right to the end here. Because even if they do end up winning this in straight sets here, Loughborough, they know they've been in the game. And that is a really good effort again by Amy Whiteman. You can see she was really happy with that. Yeah, you can tell they've been in the game. And that's been a positive seen by every single game we've seen between Loughborough and Strathclyde this afternoon and into this morning. How competitive these two sides have been. Two really good seasons for both of these sides. Really good by Amy Whiteman. 19-15, they only need 2 more points now to make the overall series 5-2 with a game to go. Strathclyde, they will push them. There you go, they're only a point away now. 20-15. They know they can seal this now here on BUCS Big Wednesday. And that is the first set for Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. They've just won 21-10 in their set as we've just gone to that deciding rally here. Will we see a win here for Loughborough, or will Strathclyde push them to the end here? Yeah, brilliant from Loughborough. Big win for them. 21-15. And with that, the overall series goes to 5-2 to Loughborough this afternoon with 1 game to spare. A straight sets victory for Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden. 21-16 and 21-15 against Rachel Sudden and Sophie Ford. And Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson are in a really, really good position to make it a really perfect day for Loughborough, as they took that first set 21-10. And as you can see, Loughborough leading the series by 5 games to 2 at the moment, which is great to see for Loughborough and for their home fans. But we are going to see a men's game on this court now. Just as on our right, the women's game is into its second set. We're just going to try and get the scoreboard on for you in just a moment. There we go. Good work by our scoreboard operative to my left. And we can give you a live score of that final game then in the Women's Championship Badminton final. As we say, Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson won that first set 21-10 against Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. Katie Stewart and Foulis, of course, played Whiteman and Ogden earlier on and lost in straight sets. However, gave them a good going. Amy Whiteman and Suzanne Ogden. And it's a good side. 2 wins for them today. Looked a really, really good side. Really, really impressive doubles team. 5-1 they now lead though. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson. Just approaching 20-1. Still to come this afternoon, of course, the badminton men's final between Loughborough and Nottingham. That'll be great to see. Later on, join us at 3 o'clock for that. 7-1, Loughborough lead. Great, we'll just have a word from our sponsors at Milk Every Moment. Yeah, do it.
Proud to be supporting the Milk Every Moment campaign, highlighting the nutritional value of milk and how it can support students in their sporting performance.
To showcase how milk's nutritional values can support student athletes in prep for their event or with recovery.
We're here today to promote some nutritional benefits of milk. You want to have 5 shots to try and hook a vitamin or a mineral.
I hit phosphorus.
And phosphorus is used for the maintenance of bones and teeth.
Winners of the BUCS Super Rugby Milk Championship.
Yeah, that was a word there by Milk Every Moment, a bid sponsor of BUCS Big Wednesday. Proud to be promoting the Milk Every Moment campaign, as milk can make a great post-race drink due to it being a natural source of high-quality protein. To find out more on this, you can head over to milkeverymoment.com. Really, really good campaign that they're fronting there. Anyway, in the final game of the women's badminton, just to our right, 9-5 at the moment between, I'll say 10-5 between Loughborough and Strathclyde. This is the second set of proceedings here. So Loughborough well on their way to what will be a 6-2 win if they get it. They've had a really good showing. Really deserving winners, as they've just had a fantastic season. You know, some fantastic performances this season. Flawless in the quarter-finals against Bath, 8-0 on the 25th of February, and 8-0 against King's College on the 11th of March. And especially after making the final last year, but losing out to Nottingham, who, of course, it could have been a straight repeat of last year's final, where it was Nottingham who came out 5-3 winners. They were in the semi-final. Strathclyde have had a great run as well, a really good season from them. Proved themselves to be a really hard team to beat. Quite a few draws this season and some big wins, especially in the semi-quarters and semi-finals. 6-2 over Bristol and 5-3 over last year's finalists and last year's winners, Nottingham. A really, really good win for Strathclyde. And they've given themselves a fantastic showing so far today. And you know, they can make the long old journey back up to Glasgow with their heads held high. They've had a really, really good showing against Loughborough this afternoon. Loughborough now lead 13-6. In the final game between Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson versus Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis. Nice rally on that right hand side, as you can just see in front of us. A men's trophy game is happening. And we are providing you updates, of course, with the women's badminton, which is currently at 14-7 for Loughborough. Strathclyde giving a good showing of themselves, as they have all day. Yeah, I've been really impressed with the competitive spirit of each and every player today. Always a great sport to watch. Great to be a part of it here on BUCS Big Wednesday. It's all right. Yeah, as seen on screen, folks, the men's trophy final is happening between Nottingham and Loughborough. A great rally it is, however, we are keeping our focus on the right-hand side of the screen, as you can just see, Strathclyde and Loughborough. Apologies that we can't get the full match on show for you. Well, we can keep updating you with the score, which currently stands at 17-7 to Loughborough as they're well on their way. Only need 4 more points to seal the series at 6-2. Only a formality now, but still fantastic for them. Strathclyde, a nice point pulled back there though, 17-8. Really good smash shots. As you can see, Strathclyde just trying to respond to them, really. Really, really powerful. 18-8 is the current score now. An arrow with only 2 points left now to seal their final win are Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson against a good team in Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis, who had a good game earlier in the day against Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden. Will Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson also make it 2 doubles wins out of 2 today? That's 20-11, and they're only within 1 point now of sealing the series at 6-2. Plenty of match points for them. Good rally once again from these 4. And they will seal it there. Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson with a 21-11 win to go with their 21-10 first set victory, and that's a big win for them. To then round off the series, Loughborough 6-2 winners over Strathclyde, and they'll be really pleased with their outing today. But a really good credit does go to Strathclyde, who've given themselves a really, really good showing here. Each and every one of those players, every single match gave themselves a really good account of themselves, and they've had a great season. You know, they can still reflect on what's been a fantastic season for them. But for Loughborough, they win the series 6-2. And great for them. Great after last year's final heartbreak to win this year. And win as convincingly as they have here today. 6-2. Brilliant for them. So yeah, really impressive that actually. That was a really good showing of badminton from both sides here. So for now, from myself, Owen Mason, it's been a pleasure so far this morning to commentate on Loughborough's win over Strathclyde. Wins for Tashvi Parab, a win for Abby Brooks, levelled it at 1-1. Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden made it 2-1 to Loughborough. However, That doubles win was rectified by Rachel Sutton and Sophie Ford in that 3-set thriller at 2-2. Really good match. Maybe the turning point of the day. Tasha Parav in that three-set victory over Abby Brooks made it 3-2. Juliette Lacour made it 4-2 over Viber Rahman. That made it 4-2, and as we just saw on this court, Amy Whiteman and Susanna Ogden won 21-16 and 21-15 to make it 5-2. And on our right-hand side court, Matilda Franklin and Carly Stevenson wrapped it up against Katie Stewart and Gemma Foulis to make it 6-2. That's it from me, Owen Mason, for now. Rejoin us to see if Loughborough can do the badminton double this afternoon. Join us from 5 to 3.